Okay guys, welcome to Algebra 1 area method. We're going to be going over 3 box problems and 1 extension problem, okay? So make sure you guys are looking out for that one. Our first box problem is going to teach us how to read area tiles. Okay, so here we have 3 area tiles. An area tile is just a tile with a certain amount of area in it, okay? So if we look at this first one here, we have a 1 by 1. If I go ahead and shade this in, our area is going to be represented by 1 because it's just length times width. So if I go ahead and look at the second one, we have a 1 by x. When I go ahead and shade this, oops, sorry about that. When I shade this one in, okay, this area is going to be represented by x. And here, in this third one, we have an x by x, which again, when I shade this in, our area will be represented by x squared. Again, we're just using length times width. So we know that our area here will be represented by x squared. Okay, so these are the 3 area tiles that we're going to be using in our next few problems. Okay, so make sure we understand how to read these because we can eventually use these to multiply binomials. Okay, so box problem number 2 says multiply using the area method. We're multiplying x plus 2 times x plus 1. So we're going to go ahead and use those area tiles that we just learned about. We're going to draw them. So first we're going to start with our x plus 2. We're going to go ahead and draw our x. This will be represented by x plus 1. This will be another plus 1, which will give us that x plus 2. You guys don't need to write this just as long as you understand that this is what this represents. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at x plus 1. And we're just going to go ahead and make this into a box. So over here we have our x and our plus 1. Now all we have to do is just fill in our boxes. So we know that our x times x is going to give us an x squared, which is going to have the same length here. Oh, sorry about that. Let's try that again. We're having some technical difficulties. Perfect, which is just going to give us our x squared. We know x times 1 is going to give us our x. It's a little crooked. 1 times x is going to give us our x. 1 times 1 up here is going to just give us 1. 1 times x here is going to give us another x. And 1 times 1 is going to give us another 1. And now we don't even have to think about it. We know we're left with our x squared. We have 1x, 2x, 3x. We have 1 and another 1, which is going to give us 2. So we know that it must be true that x plus 2 times x plus 1 must be x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay, so box problem number 3 is going to be a U try. So I want you guys to use the same method I used in the previous problem to go ahead and try to do this one on your own, okay? Okay, so hopefully you guys got the same thing that I got here. If you didn't, let me show you how we got it, okay? So we know that this is our x here. This is 1, 1, and 1, which is going to represent our x plus 3. This is our x over here. And we have our 1, 1, which is going to represent our x plus 2. Okay, so you should have hopefully gotten that far. And then, like we did in that previous problem, we're just going to fill in our boxes here. We know that our x, oops. Let me actually do one thing really quickly. Sorry about that. I'm going to move this up. I made a small little mistake here. This is going to be right here. So now we're just going to fill it in, okay? So we know our x times x is going to give us our x squared. Our x times 1 is going to fill this up into an x. X times 1 is going to fill into another x. 1 times x is going to give us an x. 1 times 1 is going to give us a 1. 1 times 1 is going to give us another 1. 1 times x is going to give us another x. 1 times 1 is going to give us a 1 here. 1 times 1 is going to give us another 1 here. 1 times x will give us another x here. 1 times 1 will give us another 1 here. 1 times 1 will give us another 1 here. And now all we have to do is just write in what we already have, okay? So we see we have an x squared. We have plus 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 6. So we don't even really have to think about it anymore because it's just drawn out for us here in our image, okay? So as we can see, these area tiles and using this area method helps us to multiply these binomials, okay? We're going to move on to this extension. So it says, how can we use algebra tiles to multiply x minus 2 times x plus 3? So I want to know what is different here and how do you think this will impact our method, okay? So I want you guys to take a moment and think about this and think about this answer. And we'll go ahead and talk about that in class tomorrow, okay? Good job, guys. Have a good day.